After the outbreak of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, many countries began to express their positions, especially European countries. However, the position of one country in Europe is very surprising, and it is Sweden. Sweden, as a permanent neutral country, has openly requested to join NATO. Even on March 22, 2023, the Swedish parliament passed a motion for Sweden to join NATO, paving the way for Sweden to join NATO. Sweden is an absolutely small country. The country has a land area of about 450,000 square kilometers, which is much smaller than some of the slightly larger provinces in China, with a population of only 10 million. However, although this country is small, its military strength is not weak, and it also has a certain scale of military industry. After Sweden entered into an industrialized society, it has always played a neutral role in the international community. Sweden did not have a presence in World War I or World War II. After World War II, in order to maintain the status of a permanent neutral country, Sweden has never expressed its position during the Cold War. In addition, it is a small country, so its sense of presence in the international community is extremely low. But such a character with little sense of presence is quite powerful in the military. Sweden's neutrality is not simply neutrality, but armed neutrality. To put it simply, it means that it does not form alliances, does not participate in international disputes, and will not participate in foreign wars, but at the same time maintains a strong armed force. Sweden's total military strength is about 23,000, but there are about 2 million men of the right age in the country, aged 18 to 47. This country has a very strong mobilization capability, and it is not impossible to mobilize 300,000 to 500,000 people in wartime. Moreover, the terrain of Sweden is relatively complex, with plateaus or mountains in the north and west, and large areas of hills in the east and south. Even if you could eat such a country by military force, all your teeth would be broken. Therefore, Sweden's national defense strategy is that if anyone wants to attack Sweden, Sweden will rely on its own military strength and terrain advantages to increase the opponent's casualties, so that it will give up the idea of attacking Sweden. In addition, Sweden also has quite a good military industry. The FH-77AD 155mm self-propelled howitzer and the Gripen fighter are both Swedish military products. Therefore, Sweden is not the kind of country that gives temporary recruits a rusty rifle and sends them to the battlefield. It is indeed unexpected that such a traditionally neutral country plans to join NATO. However, this is reasonable now. There are too many external factors and internal factors for it to join NATO. First, the status of permanent neutral country itself is very unrealistic. Although this country maintained its status as a neutral country during World War II, it was inclined. At that time, Sweden not only did not stop Germany from transporting arms in Sweden, but also sold iron ore to Germany. From this, it can be seen that the identity of a neutral country is essentially just a cover. In fact, when Sweden joined the European Union in 1995, its permanent neutral status was even more questionable. Second, there is no consensus within the country of Sweden. The lifeline of Sweden's national economy is basically controlled by a family called Wallenberg. The company under this family's name directly employs 40% of Sweden's industrial labor force. So, Sweden's neutrality itself is not very reliable. Now, in NATO, only Hungary and Turkey have not yet passed the relevant procedures. There is basically no problem with Hungary, mainly Turkey. Once Turkey agrees, Sweden will join NATO immediately. After Sweden joined NATO, this also means that the international community has formed a more clearly defined force.